Hi everybody, here we are with a new angle for the camera that we're testing out, and this is Samedi, who is my co-host today, and we're mostly just making this video because Demon happens to be visiting the forest, and I'm a lot more inclined to make videos when Demon can film them than I am when I have to do it myself with the Pivo. But since Christmas, I have been buying playline dolls with great abandon. And I'm not going to review dolls. There's all kinds of people who review dolls much better than I ever will. I don't think I've got good enough eyesight to review dolls in the minute detail that so many people do. And I love to watch dolls being reviewed, and it really does influence what I'll buy. If it wasn't for watching doll reviews, I might never have been interested in these charming little Pixlings. Magic Mixies Pixlings. And I saw them reviewed by Ex Canadensis and by Faery Tale Dolls, both presenters that I listen to a lot, and I'd seen them in the store aisles and I thought they were kind of cute, but they're expensive, and I'm not the least bit interested in the you know, the potion aspect of it, although Demon and I did that and it was quite fun. Wasn't it, Demon?
Sure.
But I was talking to my daughter about how strange it was that when I was a child, I didn't really play with dolls. We had Barbies, and we made things for Barbies, my sister and I, because we like to sew and make things. But I didn't have any, I don't remember any of the names of my Barbies or anything like that. And so I was telling her about these Pixlings, and she has an orchid that's blooming in her office right now. So she was telling me about that. And she was pretty excited. They're so beautiful orchids. I love them too. And I was thinking these little Pixlings are very much like orchids, similar kinds of colors, you know, fragile and sweet. But I was telling her how curious it was that I was okay, so we'll have to stop everything. I have to tell a little story to do with Julia Yelps here. So, poor little Boo was fixed not too long ago, and there's all kinds of things going on. They're going to be making major repairs to the bridge right outside our house, and that's going to have implications for the road and the driveway. And there's this and that, things with the car, and you know, I was experiencing a little bit of anxiety for this reason and that reason, and well, not a small reason is I don't like driving. Driving really frightens me. I didn't get my license until I was almost 40. So the longer I go without driving, the more fearsome it becomes. And so I make myself drive every week. I have to anyway, because I'm in the middle of a forest, and in order to do grocery shopping, I have to drive to a town. So I thought on this particular occasion I'd take a little bit of a longer drive, because pretty soon I'm going to have to drive back to the city, which is quite a drive. And I thought, all right, I'll drive a fair distance away on the highway, and if I can do that, then I will. There's a Toys R Us near where the Costco I was going to go to, and I thought, okay, if you drive to Newmarket, you can get yourself the Pixlings you're missing. So we drove, Boo and I got in the car and we drove to Newmarket, and we did get lost, but it was all right. We found what we were looking for, and I went to Toys R Us, and they didn't have the Pixlings I was after. So I thought, all right, well, I'll just take a quick look at what's in the Monster High aisle, hoping that Catty Noir, I knew she wouldn't be there. Nobody's reviewed her yet. I can hardly wait till she comes out. But I thought I'd see what was there. So I go to the Monster High section, and lo and behold, who is standing there? Just all by herself in the box is Ghoulia Yelp's Cree production. There were no other Cree productions, no Spectra, no Cleo Induce, no Abby, just one Ghoulia Yelp's. Now, this was really significant because I had kind of resisted collecting Monster High dolls while I was on rampaging with the Rainbow High girls. The Rainbow High girls sort of had a critical importance because they weren't going to make this particular kind of Rainbow High girl anymore, as all of you watching this probably know. And but when I saw the original Ghoulia Yelps, I'd already thought Monster High dolls were very lovely little dolls, but Ghoulia Yelps made me think, okay, I do want to collect these after all. Now, I'd given up. I didn't think that I was going to actually try and, with my seamstress skills, try and approximate her outfit, especially the Converse. I'll still try to do that. Make my own high heel Converse running shoes, because I just think those are, I wish I had a pair. But it felt so much like it was a reward just gifted to me that I had managed to drive the car like that. So I, heartened by my discovery of Ghoulia Yelps, that I can now have, I got the Cree production Ghoulia Yelps, but I'm not going to take her out of the box. So now I have one in box and I have one out of box. And so I thought, all right, that went well. I will proceed on to Walmart to see if the Pixlings that I was after are there. I was missing Dearly and Marina. They weren't on Amazon. Amazon, I had all of them in my shopping cart, and then I thought, no, I've spent too much money. I shouldn't get these. They're kind of expensive and silly, but I just couldn't stop thinking about them. And so I bought this one, the dragon one. She's my favorite. And she came and I unboxed her, and as soon as I took her out of the thing, I thought, all right, well, I have to have them. They're beautiful. And so I went back the next day and they were all gone except for this girl here. I mean, they were still there, but now they were really expensive. Amazon's funny that way. It's like, oh my God, he who hesitates is lost. She who hesitates is lost. So before the trip to Newmarket, I got to backtrack a little bit, I guess. I did get, so I got her on Amazon, and then I got her and her the same day that I got these little na-na-na dolls. So I actually had some legitimate stuff to do at Canadian Tire. I had to get some chandelier bulbs. And when I was in Canadian Tire, they had, in the middle of the store, they had a clearance section of toys. Now, when I got the lot that beautiful, lovely Sabrina St. Cloud was in, there was also this little pink car here, this little pink fabric car. It's much too small for the Rainbow High girls. I guess the seller thought it was for them. But it says na-na-na on them. Na-na-na meow. Now, I'd seen na-na-na dolls in the store, and they're really, really cute. But, you know, playline dolls, I'm not, cute has not been my thing up until very recently. So I wasn't really too interested in getting any na-na-na girls, except for this little car that I have now. Now, my Equestria girl fits in this little car pretty nicely, so she might be able to drive. But I was in Canadian Tire, and there's a big, massive bunch of toys on sale clearance. And I have a Michelle, so she can come out of box. She was on clearance, so I got her. And I got all these na-na-na girls, these little teeny ones. They were very inexpensive, so there was only 4, so I bought all 4 of them. And I think they are absolutely adorable, and they fit in the car quite perfectly. And then there was this one. Not this one. This one, her dress was just plain white, and I didn't like it very much, so I colored it the black and red. It had the flames on it already. This one. Now, I had seen these previously. for full price, which was I think $27 at Walmart. And they had a zebra. The zebra one I would dearly love to have. I think she is beautiful. But I was going to pay $27 for her, and they seem kind of big to fit in the car. But she does actually fit in there. So this one was on sale. They had some more, but I just got this one for $16 on clearance when I got all these other ones. And I am glad that I only got her for $16 because sweet and cute as she was an absolute nightmare to get her in this state because she was all covered with fuzzy flocking. And she looked really cute in the fuzzy flocking, but the whole idea was that you peel the flocking off, you know, and so she was covered in it, and all her little shoes, her glasses, her hat, her shorts, her jacket, they were all off her body and covered in the flocking as well, and you had to pick the flocking off of all of it. Now, I'm sure when they tested this, it was a lot of fun, and the flocking came off fairly easily. Would have been a great thing to give to a kid in a car to keep them busy if the flocking came off relatively easily. But I'm guessing that over time the adhesive hardened and it was not easy to get off. My thumbs still hurt from picking the damn stuff off, and I couldn't get it all off. I ended up having to soak them and then scrub it off with a toothbrush. And you know, she was worth the effort. But if I had paid full price for this doll and had gone through that ordeal, I'd have been furious. If I'd been a kid in the back seat of the car, I probably would have thrown the doll at my parent in an absolute fury. This cruel and unusual punishment. But anyhow, finally getting all the flocking off her, she really is adorable. And weirdly, I'm almost tempted to go and get the zebra just out of some sort of perverse, I don't know, masochism, I suppose. Anyhow, they kind of opened a little pixeling floodgate. So I got these ones on clearance. And I thought, I got my chandelier bulbs, and I thought, what the heck. Boo and I'll just walk on over to Walmart and see what kind of pixelings they have there. Because this one and this one were not on Amazon. All the rest of them were at that point. So I went to, and for slightly less than they were at Walmart. So I went to Walmart and I got that one off Amazon. Then I went to Walmart the same day I got these Na 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 girls and got Flida and, oh, I can't remember what this little one's name is. Got these two, but they didn't have any of the other ones, and I think they did have that one, but I already had that one. So as soon as I came home, I went to order the remaining ones that I could have gotten there. She was on Amazon. Maybe she was as well, but they didn't have them anymore. So I did buy her. She was the last one I got on Amazon. And then these Dearly and Marina here were the last two that I didn't have, and having Julia Yelps having buoyed my courage, and I drove to Walmart, and there they both were. So that was quite a successful day. And so there's an instance. I was listening to the Faery Tale Dolls had asked a year ago, had asked people why they love doll collecting, and there was lots of wonderful answers to that question. And yes, they're very useful to bribe yourself to do things that you don't really want to do. And they're very, I mean, they're expensive. There are no two ways about it, although they're sure not as expensive as art dolls or ball jointed dolls. I'd very much love to collect ball jointed dolls, except that, you know, sometimes they're even more expensive than one-of-a-kind dolls made by artists. Now, there are some gorgeous ones, but anyhow, they're really not even as much as dinner at a restaurant these days. So as a means of purchasing solace, well, you know, I was going to say a temporary solace, but they're not a temporary solace. They are a permanent solace. Now, to get back in my roundabout, endlessly digressive way to the thing about the Pixlings was I was talking to my daughter and I was saying, oh, it was kind of inexplicable, my attraction to these Pixlings. Cute as they are, they don't have knee I really like articulation, and they have wrist articulation, but they don't have any knee articulation. And they're beautifully painted. I love the colors. But I was kind of mystified by why I found them so attractive. Bottle and all, you know? There was something about the whole thing. And as I said, and I was saying to my daughter, I didn't have any strong attachment to dolls in my childhood. I barely played with them in my childhood. And then all of a sudden it came back to me. I did have a single attachment to a very important doll. And I was only like maybe 5. In 1967, Mattel put out Lily of the Valley, Little Kittle. And she was a teeny tiny little doll, and she came in a perfume bottle, and she smelled like Lily of the Valleys, and she was sort of fairy-like. So I think that, without even being conscious of it, something about these beautiful little fairy dolls in their bottle, I could not stop thinking about them. I didn't. Was having a lot of trouble justifying spending, you know, because they're $25 a piece. This is almost $200 worth of Pixlings here. And it was like, that's a profligate expense for what they are. But I just couldn't stop thinking about them. And then I remembered this doll from my very early childhood, which I had not remembered. I hadn't thought of that doll ever until just that moment when I was talking to my daughter on the phone. Now, I know that a lot of the recent doll collecting is nostalgia-driven, curiously by very young people, and I do understand. Oh, the young people that have been young people during COVID and things changing so incredibly quickly in the world. It's a terrifying time to be to inherit the earth as the young people are. And I really, really enjoy and admire the young doll collectors that I listen to on YouTube. And it's reassuring to know that there are such light, loving hearts out there who will inherit the world. And I hope growing up is a fearful business in any age, but I'm kind of glad to be an old lady, but not so old that I will be able to see what becomes of the world. And I think that as long as there are doll collectors in the world, everything will be all right. Goodbye.